You know, it's not like they didn't know we were going to be here at 6:30 this morning. So, in retaliation, there you go. Take that, Portland. Morning, driver. Yeah, it's still morning. It's a little after 11. Just feels like it's later. Let's go dump a water truck. Busy morning, but we are fixing to get out of here. We are back on the road with the stretch trailer again. That's right, we're going back to Portland. Big, long, wide. There's still a few things we're dialing in to make sure that everything is gonna run smooth, but that's the sound of freedom right there. There's still a few things I'm dialing in, and but I gotta go load. We gotta get over there. So we'll see you over there. That was my other friend, Sheridan. He's actually going to the same place I am and delivering on Thursday. But he said he's gonna go back home and take off first thing in the morning. I'm gonna go a few hours tonight. So we may run into him, we may not. In the meantime, we're gonna get this trailer stretched out and be ready to go. It. This is the hole. All right, we'll close it up and back up. All good, nice and closed. Drop a pin in there. Come on. Do that to the other side, and we'll be ready. Are we ready to go yet? I've been just dragging ass out here today. Stop and sit down for a minute. Anyway, I've been here about 2 hours, so that isn't bad at all. Let's check the overhang on this bad boy. From here. To here, 17 feet. Yep. That's close enough for me. Again, just a point. And again, this is 2 halves of one big girder. I don't have the paperwork to know exactly how big it is, but it's probably just the same as last time. About 150 feet. If you look right here, these are the mate points. That's where those 2 pieces come together. And they bolt it there. Doesn't, I don't know, looks like they bolted those 2 plates together over there, and that creates a splice. All right, we're done. I'm gonna quit saying how far I'm gonna make it tonight, because it hasn't worked out in a while. So I'm just gonna get in the truck and go. And when I either get to Oregon or it gets dark. Hey, you know what else? I got a backhaul already. I had a friend of mine, a farmer friend of mine, needed about 7 or 8 pallets of alfalfa seed to be brought back home. So that's what we're gonna do and help a friend out. Yeah, I'm done. The next town is 2.5 hours away. There's a couple other spots I could park, but they're just wide spots on the shoulder and no big rush. But boy, the wind is blowing. Everything's looking pretty good so far. No complaints. I have something about a block away from here that I want to go look at and share with you guys. So let's go check that out. This is what I wanted to show you guys, the White Horse Inn. It's been closed and abandoned for some time, but it has a very storied history around here. So McDermitt sits right on the state line on the border between Oregon and Nevada. And I've looked at a couple different maps, about 4 or 5 different maps, and the state line is in different places, kind of depending on which map you're looking at. This is one of only of a handful of buildings in the entire country where it sits in 2 different states. The northern half, or the back half, is in Oregon, and the front half is in Nevada. The front half was the bar, and they say a brothel, and they had gambling in the southern or front half. And the back half looks like a hotel, rooms, and other things that you would do in Oregon that you can't do in Nevada. It's abandoned and derelict. Here are the old radiators out of the rooms. I've actually wanted to stop here for quite a while. I've heard of this place for a long time, but I wasn't exactly sure where it was. It sits about a block off of the main highway. And I was walking towards a different building. I actually thought it was over there. And then I saw this. Lots of history here, lots of stories. So this little town was actually founded back in 1865. And right now, US 95 runs right through the middle of the town. And it sits right on the Oregon and Nevada border. So this used to be a very important route. Well, it still is a very important route, but it was founded back then because it was a route between Virginia City and the silver mines of Virginia City and Boise, Idaho. And being right here on the border, Nevada established the US established a fort, Fort McDermitt. It was named after a guy who was killed in a skirmish with some Indians nearby. And the town itself is about 5 miles from the fort right now, and it used to be called the town of Dugout. Then it was renamed McDermitt, but it has 2 T's, D-E-R-M-I-T-T. What I've read is that the reason that it has 2 T's is one of the people on the naming committee, if you will, for the town back then, thought Dermot was too close to damn it, so they added another T. So there's that nice little nugget. You know, another interesting piece of trivia is that some of this property in this area could be some of the most valuable property in the United States, believe it or not. Just a few miles away is the McDermitt caldera, where recently the world's largest deposit of lithium was discovered. And they think that 20 by 20 or 25 by 25 square mile plot could be worth $1 trillion right here. I've heard that the old jail, I walked right past it, so I'm gonna go see if I can find it. There's the Welcome to Oregon sign you guys have seen me drive past 100 times. And we'll drive past it again in the morning. Well, right here is the post office. And I didn't realize that because it's covered with trees. According to Google Maps, this is actually in Oregon. So I don't think Google Maps is actually right. And right here next to the post office is the old jail. The McDermitt 1890 jail. A single room, single cell jail. Pretty tough. Don't mess up in McDermitt. Well, I'm done with the walking tour of McDermitt. Took a few minutes, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, McDermitt. We're still here. I've been doing some stuff this morning. I figured I'd be out of here an hour or so ago, but it hasn't happened. But I do have one thing I got to do before we leave town. We're gonna do it. It's a little crooked, but I got it. That's the reason I bought these stickers. I might as well do it. Driven by this sign 1,000 times. Now I got something to look for. You too, let me know if you see it. I pulled back out onto the highway after putting the sticker on the Oregon sign there. And wouldn't you know it, I pulled out right in front of my friend. Well, about a quarter mile in front of my friend. And he caught up to me within 5 minutes. He's like, Jupiter, what are you doing? And it's my friend Sheridan. He is the one who was leaving New Millennium yesterday that I got the video of. And he's taking the other load up to this Portland job site today for tomorrow delivery. So we're both tag teaming it right now. He's right behind me, and we're discussing where to park. Sheridan's been to this job site twice already. This will be his third time. And every time he's been to this job, he's parked at the job. And he's never had the problems that I had, that Jerry and I had when we went. My situation was so bad that I'm gun shy. I don't want to go back, and the guy told me not to go back. At least not to park there. But Sheridan's wants to. I don't really want to. I don't know. I don't really want to go in the morning either. I'm tired of this job. This is my second one, and I don't want to do this job anymore. We'll get to the bottom of it. We don't have answers yet. All right, I went and called the job site. Called the guy that I had an argument with last time. I don't know if he remembered my name or not, but he said do not show up tonight. So I'm not showing up tonight. Sheridan can do what he wants. I'm not gonna. I'll be there at 6:30 in the morning. So I'm back to plan A, which is what I wanted anyway. And I should be to my parking spot about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Wind is whipping today. See that white stuff falling out of the sky? That's snow. I don't think we read the weather report. What a great parking spot. Plenty of room. Special thanks to my new friend Troy, who lives in the area. He's actually somebody who's watched the channel and reached out and said hi. Put a sticker on the map for Boring, and we got to talking about the town. And he said, hey, if you ever come through the area, I can tell you where to park and things like that. And by golly, if he didn't come through, this is great. We are about 25 miles from the job site in the morning. Sheridan and I are going to take off about 5:30. They want us to be there about 6:30. So we're going to head out that way in the morning. There's the highway. Just head down that way. Right back out to where we need to go. Sheridan, what do you think?
I think it's an awesome spot. We're gonna go fucking eat real quick and call it a day.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
If I'm out of this guy's way, we are.
I think we're out of his way. All right. Thanks, Troy. We'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning from Boring, Oregon. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and Sheridan and I are ready to go. I had a really nice visit with Troy last night. He came down and visited last night. It was really nice. We're about 30-45 minutes from the job. I'm only about 20 miles, and we're looking forward to this being a lot better than it was the last time. Let's go. Let's get this over with. All right, this is the way Jerry came last time. And the GPS, for some reason, wants you to make a right-hand turn here. And that's where he got messed up. He said there was no way to make that turn. Okay. Fair enough. So we're going to go down about 4 blocks and make a right.
You're good. All the way across, you're good.
Dude, that was so much easier. Holy crap.
Yeah, dude, I think we're doing that one from now on. Well, I think this is our last jobs up here, but yeah.
Yeah, too bad it takes 4 trips to figure it out. This is it, yeah. Yeah, this is where I was parked last time and had to make this corner right into here.
Should we take the fence down?
Yeah, we're not going to drive all the way through. There's 2 of the girders put together, spliced together, built. We're going to go to the gym. We're just going to go rock the treadmill until somebody shows up at the job site. Hey, good morning. Okay, our grand plan ain't so grand.
Oh, it's grand.
Now we got to be facing the other direction, so now we have to drive around the block anyway.
You want me to show you how to block it? Watch this.
This is ridiculous. The guy should have told me this yesterday when I talked to him on the phone. Whatever. It's frustrating.
Go. Right. Good.
Holy crap, this is so much easier when there's no traffic. Jesus. Okay, I'm just gonna pull up there and just back straight across the intersection. I'll try to wait for a green light.
Yeah.
And,
do you need me to block the traffic up front?
He's coming down. He's going to help too. And as long as cars stop, we should be all right.
Yeah.
So far, this has been a much better experience than the last time, even with the extra crap of having to go around the block. So let's look at this real quick. Here's what we got going on. I brought one of these. You can see it's been spliced together, braced together. That's one big section right there. Yeah, big roof sections up there. Pretty cool. So I guess they need to install the whole thing first, and you can't just set it on the ground, I guess. You know, it's not like they didn't know we were going to be here at 6:30 this morning. So, in retaliation, there you go. Take that, Portland. Okay, we're ready. My turn. Now they want the railroad ties. They didn't care about them before. So I told them, no, you have enough. I'm taking these home. All right, now that I'm empty, I'm gonna pull over there and help Sheridan get in here. I don't think Sheridan needs me. He's doing just fine. Are you leaving now?
I'm leaving. I'm getting the hell out of here.
You're gonna go home?
Enough of this fucking slavery. Moving railroad ties.
You can have one. Fine, you can have one.
No.
All right, dude. We'll see ya. All right, that was kind of a cool little meeting. I walked back to the job and talked to the guys for a minute. The dude that I actually had a bit of a shouting match with last time, me and him just shook hands, and it's all good, man. We're all good. I cleared the air a little bit with where we were coming from, and he didn't know. So it's a little bit, he misunderstood, and I was told weird things, and he's like, man, it's all good. Don't worry about it. So this is it. All's well that ends well. We're all strapped down, and we're all done. Moving on to the next one. Apparently they just want to smell my stacks. Get a closer look at the truck. Later. So So now that this is all done, except for the drive home, I'll give this job site a different rating than I gave it 2 weeks ago. This time I'm going to give it about a 7. I could probably even give it an 8, I guess, but it was, other than the fact we had to sit and wait for 2 hours, I did find out the reason we had to wait 2 hours for them to set those girders was because it was too windy yesterday afternoon, and it was very windy when we got here. It would have been nice to have been told which direction to be facing this time. I was last time, and I mentioned that to the guy there, the superintendent guy, and he's like, oh, I thought that you had a specific route you had to follow anyway. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't matter. We have to be whatever direction we have to be so we can get unloaded. But anyway, everything went really smooth, and it was easy, and everyone was friendly. So I'll give it a, dare I say, 8? Do I have to combine it with the 4? I don't know. It wasn't bad at all. 7.5, 7.5. There we go. For our trip home, we're going to go about an hour or more south and go to a little town called Sewage, which is just east of Eugene, Oregon. And we're going to pick up 7 pallets of grass seed for a friend of mine in Fallon. And we're going to deliver it to him tomorrow, and we are going to be all done. This is going to be super easy and piece of cake, and doing it for a friend. So it doesn't get better than that. Okay, let's get our seed on. Let's get our hayseed on. Not a bad looking load. That's it. I am stopped for the night. I am about 20-30 miles south of the town of Lakeview, Oregon, actually in California. I've crossed over into California. I'm right off of Highway 395, and I am overlooking a very beautiful view of Goose Lake. Goose Lake is the lake that the town of Lakeview has a view of. How's that? So because it's a beautiful evening, I'm going to watch the sunset. I'm going to get little Zippy out here, see if he's got anything interesting to show us, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Not too bad, little Zippy. Thank you. See you guys tomorrow. From the top of Cedar Pass. Man, the wind was rocking last night. It shook me all night long, literally. And then I just decided to get up and go, and I drove about 20 miles and it was dead calm. It's so weird how that happens. We've got about 3.5 hours to go to get home. So I might as well just get up and get it over with. Man, with the sun right in my eyes, I almost didn't see them at all. One of them ran right out in front of the truck, and then I saw the whole herd. There are a lot of hot springs in this area, and in fact, a big resort on the other end of the valley with piped in hot water to your hotel room. We've stayed there a couple nights. Pretty cool. Well, we are off that rough road, finally. This was really hard today. But we're gonna run right out to the ranch and deliver this hayseed right now. And it's a few miles west of home, so I'll do it on the way home. We'll be done pretty darn quick. You're all right. It's pretty funny. Hector was explaining that when his back is all the way against the seat, his legs aren't long enough to reach the pedals. So it's a real pain in the ass for him. We're getting it though. Now it's going to explain that these fields up here, they dump sewage into. Raw sewage. And there's a truck right there from one of these septic companies in town that is dumping sewage into the fields. It's used as fertilizer. They dump, then it dries out, and then they disc it in, and after a couple years they move to the next check and they plant hay. It actually has really started to turn the soil around. It was very sandy, and now it's actually turning into like a fertilized soil. Honestly, that wasn't something I expected to see or learn today at all. Hot dog, it's Friday afternoon. Thanks, Phil. Now it's time to go get some stuff done. I wish I could take the day off, but I simply cannot because we got to get to work on this truck. I got something really cool from 4 State Trucks that I am going to put on this truck, and I'm going to film a video about it, and I'm really excited. If you guys need something from 4 State Trucks, or if you need any truck parts, these guys are awesome. Use my discount code Jupiter10 and you get 10% off anything in the store that's not already on sale. Support these guys, man, because they have supported me and other owner operators that I know. It's been amazing. It's been incredible. And I also want to thank Gouda for their TPMS system, because I am really starting to rely on that thing, and I like it a lot. If you'd like, oh, hey, I got to put my hat on. What? I know that I'm going to work, but I can relax for a minute, right? Right? All right, if you guys would like a hat, check out my website and all the social media stuff. We're having a good time with this, and thank you guys very much. I appreciate you following along. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to Troy for this week for his parking recommendation. Dave and Jerry parked there last night too. He hooked me up with a hat, a beanie, and he got a beanie for Amy, a hoodie from their family feed store, Burns Feed Store, there in the Gresham or Boring area. Thanks a lot. Okay, guys, until next week, enjoy your weekend. See ya. In the meantime, keep the bugs off your glass and the bears off your ass. Catch you on the flip-flop.